me fix the, let me get this tripod right real quick. So I got some mics that I forgot to tell y'all that, just that came in like a couple of weeks ago. What y'all think? For upcoming videos that, could be coming soon. Who knows? These could come in handy. I bought them. I was gonna use it for this video, but I feel like I've been speaking up a little more loud as of lately. So, I don't think this has a purpose for this video right now. Now, what's goody? We back with another video. I know it's been a couple of weeks, I know, or 2 or 3 weeks, I can't remember, that I've uploaded. I'm already slacking. I'm sorry, that's my apologies. I'll make sure to do better next time, you know what I mean? But stay tuned though, I got some ideas coming up for this month of April. My goal really is to upload at least 10 videos before the end of May. That's my goal right there. I'm gonna try and at least post up to like at least 10 videos or more before the end of May. I got you. So stay tuned though. I'm gonna make sure I reach that goal. We're here to talk about some stories of a couple of events that had happened in my life, and I'm gonna do 2 stories. So we're gonna start with story number 1. So bear with me, cut me some slack. Yeah, let's get right to it. So first story is about me having a near-death experience in middle school. No, well, not in middle school, but on a field trip, basically. So the story started off when, I don't remember specifically, but around May 2016, I believe. It was around the end of the school year, and this one teacher or the school had orchestrated a plan to have a field trip at a water park called Splash Kingdom. I think it was Splash Kingdom down in Louisiana, I believe. So they were talking about it, about like, oh, hey, like they were handing out like papers and flyers and stuff like that. They were advertising it basically, and they were like, oh, if you want to go, just sign up, get your parents' signature on it, make sure you dress appropriately for the water park, and just a whole bunch of yap. I was like, all right, I don't know if I want to go or not, to be honest. But I was thinking, what if I don't go, I still got to show up to school, and I don't want to do anything at school. So I was just like, man, might as well just go, because why not? So I talked about it with my mom. She had told me that, oh, like, you never swam in your life. What makes you think, you're ready to go to this water park? I was like, but mom, like, I was just basically saying, like, just when I was a little kid, just one of those little kid things, like, oh, but I want to go, like, I can actually swim. I know how to swim. I don't need to learn how to swim. When in reality, I didn't know how to swim. She still went along with it, or she didn't go along with it, but she was just like, all right, like, all right, do what you want to do, basically. She got assigned, and I was like, boom, let's get ready for this field trip. Let's get some snacks. Let's get some flip-flops. Let's get some swimming trunks, because, it's a field trip. We got everything on that same day. It was such a bad time to go on a field trip though, because the weather did not fit the field trip theme, because it was pretty chilly. It was a little bit cold, but it was cloudy. It looked like it was about to rain, but they still went along with this field trip. Of course, we were in class, just waiting for the time to go to the field trip, and the teacher talked about how we should behave, and they were just basically just talking about the plan here and all that, and just how we're gonna go along with this field trip, right? So when the time came, we got on the bus, and we went there, and of course we had to wait in line, had to give them money or something, or give them a ticket to enter the water park. So once we got in there, I went to the lockers to set my stuff down, and I was just like, boom, I can't wait to go into the water. Keep in mind, I did not know how to swim at all. I've never swam like ever in my life. So then I was just looking around. I was like, man, where should I start off? I had my flip-flops, I had, my swimming trunks, I had my shirt. I had this type of shirt on too. I don't know if that's important because I heard that you can't really go into the deep end or into water with these type of shirts on. Pretty sure it was gonna benefit me in a negative way. The first thing I seen was this one slide where it was like cut off, you know what I mean, like a half slide, you know what I mean. And then they would just go onto that slide and boom, go into the pool. The pool was pretty deep. It was like, I don't know how deep it was, but it was very deep. That's the first one that I seen, and I was like, I want to go on this ride. Why? So I got onto it with my shirt on because I didn't want to take my shirt off. I was very insecure at that time about my body. I was chubby, I was fat. I was like, no, I don't want to take this shirt off. I don't want them to see my, my little. This kid went, and then it was my turn. I was like, oh, I can't wait. When I got onto that slide, I slid, and boom, I went deep into that pool, like so deep. And then I started panicking. I started like panicking so bad. I got scared because I was like very deep in. Like I was panicking. That's like the worst thing to do. I was not calm in that situation. I was trying to swim back up, but I couldn't. I like really couldn't. Like it felt like something was like holding onto my legs. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't swim up. Like I was still in the same position, like just waving my hands around. So in my head, I was like I don't know what to do. Like I'm basically stuck here. And bro, like all that water was getting into my nose, and it was like just messing up with my vision. It was like getting in my mouth too. Like I was like I felt bubbles like just like coming out of my mouth. At that point, I was just like I just want to get out. Like I was panicking. I was in that water. I was like my life was on the line. I was about to die. I was this close to drowning. I was this close to just being out of this world. By the grace of God, thankfully, somebody dove into that water, pulled me out, reached me onto the surface, and then boom, I was out of the water. I was touching the ground. And then, of course, it was a lifeguard that saved me. God bless. She was asking me if I was okay. I let out a couple of tears. I was crying. I was like coughing up water. Like I really wanted to throw up. I was like on the verge of throwing up. And then of course there were other kids watching there, and they were just watching me, watching the whole thing happen. I went and sat down, and I was just like shocked. Of course I had, a couple of classmates come up to me like, yo, are you good? Like, you good? Like I even had some of them like encourage me to go on to other slides, just be like, yo, don't let that whole event like ruin your whole like fun, your whole day. Let's get on to the lazy river. So I went onto the lazy river with one of my boys. I was in full panic mode the whole time. Like I was scared to go near any water, but I was just like, all right, all right. The lazy river can't be that bad. They had it floating for me. And you know how when you get on your knees, right? You get on your knees, when I'm like pause, like when you get on your knees, right? On the ground. That's how I was on the floaty. I was on my knees on the floaty. Like how was that gonna work? It was already bad from the start. I tilted over, head first onto the water. I almost drowned. I was in panic mode. I was shook. I was shook up. I was brushing them away. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm gonna just walk around. I'm gonna just kill time by just walking around. I'm done. I'm not getting onto any other activities here at Splash Kingdom. I actually did that for a couple of hours. I was just sitting around, just watching everybody have fun. Once the whole field trip was over, we went back to school. When you have a near-death experience, you're gonna be in a bad mood the whole day. You know what I mean? Your whole day is just like messed up. My mom came to pick me up once the school day was over. I obviously told her about it. I mean, she was shocked too. It was a shocking day. I'll say that. The only water that I would rather be in is the shower. That's it. I'm not no more pools for me. No more water. water parks after that day. But I mean, I don't swim in general. There's really no water parks around my area. Moral of the story, if you can't swim, then just don't even try to attempt to go into the deep pools. You know what I mean? You're risking it for the biscuit. All right, so this is story 2 right here. This one's gonna be a little short because I don't really like know too much details about this day, but I know the important stuff of where the story is being told. This goes back to elementary. I know we're going way back into the past. The school day was over. The teachers were taking us to the back of the elementary building because usually that's where, at that time, our parents would pick us up. As we got to the back, you know, as we were, as the kids were going to their parents, or they were waiting for the parents to pick them up or a relative to pick them up, there was this one couple. Well, I don't even know if they were a couple, sisters, brothers, I don't know. It was a dude and a lady. They were telling me and my teacher that they were there to pick me up, supposedly. Of course, I was a little kid, so I don't really, I didn't think too much. And I was like, oh, okay, my mom's not here, so I guess I'm gonna have to tag along with them just for them to drop me off. I started following them, of course. My mom really sent these people to pick me up? Okay, mama. And then out of nowhere, I hear like somebody yelling my name out. My mom yelled out my name, or I heard my mom's voice. And I just looked back and I see her, and I immediately started running towards her. And I was like, oh, like, Mom. I didn't think much of that day at all. I don't even think she asked me, who those people were. When the years go by and by and by, and the more I started growing up, I started going onto memory lane. And I think about that day. I always wondered, who were those people? Who were those people that were there to pick me up, supposedly sent by my mom? I don't even know. Like, I don't remember too much about this, but that was pretty strange that my mom was there and they were also there too to pick me up. I didn't want to imagine the worst, or I don't want to assume the worst, but I feel like my phone keeps cutting me off because I'm about to run out of space, so I got to wrap this up real quick. But hopefully y'all enjoyed these stories that let me know how my storytelling is. I'm not perfect, cut me some slack. Of course, I'll eventually get better from here on out, or I'll get better eventually. Hopefully y'all enjoy these story times. So I've got some ideas coming this month for April. So, just stay tuned, man. Like and subscribe, share, of course, tell your friends to tell the other friend to check out that boy Sip Champagne. Man, much love though, much love.